Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of That's Okay. And today, I want to introduce to you to a friend. Okay, lah, consider friend lah. Actually, I only know him this year. But very interesting situation he's in, straddling two different seasons of fatherhood. Um, Father of 5 kids, right? 3 from his first marriage and 2 in his current marriage right now. Kas Munshi.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
for having
bro.
me here.
Thank you for joining us. And
Welcome.
right. I just have to add this on again. Sorry. I've not say I've known him, but I've seen him around. I only met him in person this year, and I always have this impression, right? He's like some kind of a big shot, big shot, guys. Big shot. So maybe you can introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm not sure why you think I'm a big star, but my name is Kasim Munshi. I teach for a living.
Yeah.
I also run a podcast with my wife.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of my time actually learning stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how I spend most of my day.
Yeah.
But yeah, teaching wise, I enjoy teaching subjects like chemistry, mathematics,
Nice.
physics, and especially working with young adults. That means GC
Yep.
students,
Correct.
17, 18-year-olds. I think they are. I don't know how you handle teaching kids, primary school kids, because
It's
For me-
different situation, you know.
yeah. For me, I think I can connect better when they are a bit older. In
Yeah,
that sense.
understand. Yeah, I guess, but at the end of the day, considered teachers lah.
Yeah.
We're still teaching, just different levels lah. And of course, our friend here is a doctor. Don't forget, he's Dr. Kas Munshi, guys. You must call him doctor. Maybe you can just share with us a little bit about your doctorate here.
Oh, okay. I have a PhD in education from NIE NTU.
Right.
So mainly studying about how students respond to assessment,
Right.
Different assessment techniques, and then impact of the various types of educational changes lah. Like when MOE removes the mid-year exams, we want to know what is the impact on children.
yes,
So a lot of
yes.
these things have got impacts, and
Right.
of course they would have done their own studies, and they would have been also informed by research from NIE lah.
Right.
And I used to do that kind of research when I was
Right.
doing my PhD. So I had the option of going to the academic route lah.
Right.
Yeah, but
Right.
I don't know. For me, I find more joy in teaching kids the subjects
Right.
themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, so I used to teach at NIE as well.
Mm.
Some of the master's courses for teachers.
Right.
Also the leadership for schools program.
Oh,
All that. lah.
wow.
Yeah. So quite involved in the educational landscape.
Yeah.
Very much in touch with educational developments.
Okay.
Yeah. And quite happy with a lot of the things that MOE has been doing, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, not too bad lah. I guess, from my perspective, as an ex-MOE teacher, from where I was lah, I think,
Oh, you were ex-MOE?
yeah, ex-MOE. I think I got mentioned to you before lah, but I think maybe you may have forgotten. Yeah, so I was an ex-MOE teacher, and so from my perspective is things could be better lah. From my perspective lah.
Things always can be better lah.
Yeah. No, but I guess the ideas that has been planned out, I think they have an idea, they have an objective,
yeah,
but sometimes when the things are being executed, maybe it's not going according
Yeah,
to
correct.
plan.
Yeah, and I have to echo that sentiment lah, because I think a lot of the ideas that MOE has, if they are being executed as MOE plans it,
Right.
then I think a lot of wonderful things can come out from Singapore's education system.
Yeah,
In
definitely.
fact, a lot of wonderful things have come up from
Yeah.
Singapore's system. There's also a group out there trying to introduce reforms like changes to PSLE and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Not only changes, like
Yeah.
abolishing the PSLE and all
Yeah, scary,
that.
that one.
I'm not sure if they understand what that would mean.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that would
yes,
entail.
correct.
So so I'm following such developments and seeing how it's basically my interest.
Yeah. So that's why I say, guys, big shot, guys, cannot play. No, okay. You sorry, I just want to touch a little bit on this. I know some people are calling for the abolishment of PSLE, right? Your opinion on this? Will it ever be abolished?
Will it ever be abolished? I think not for the next 100 years.
Okay. Breathe a sigh of relief. lah.
Why are you relieved?
Yeah, because if there's no PSLE, means my tuition business, That's it lah.
It cannot be about that lah. It's about the
No
kids
lah,
and all that.
of course. But I'm looking at from another perspective lah. But of course, again, I also feel that they won't abolish PSLE lah. I don't think so.
No, because what is the alternative?
Correct.
Right?
There must be an alternative.
Because there has to be a way to so-called stream students like it or not, because you cannot be teaching a class of 40 students and they have vastly different capabilities.
Yes, correct.
Like how do you obviously have to go close to the pace of the slowest child.
Yeah.
And many of the faster children will feel bored. And if you go too fast, then the those who are not as ready or as capable would lag behind lah. Yeah. So I think there has to be some kind of streaming lah in that sense. So if you want to abolish the PSLE, how else do you plan to do this? Right. So I haven't seen any concrete solutions that I find to be workable actually. Yeah. So I think and honestly, the system itself having the PSLE is not a broken system. So we should not be attacking the exam itself.
Right.
If you think that the exam induces stress and all that, then I think the better approach would be to handle the stress part lah.
Yeah.
How do you teach kids to handle stress rather than removing the source of the so-called source of the stress lah.
Correct. Wow. Yeah, I think that's an interesting perspective. I think something that we can talk about next time because the focus is not on education not really
if it's about education, I got a lot to say.
Yeah. So that one next time another episode Okay, bro. Thank you for sharing on that. Now, I just want to talk to you about at this stage in your life, right? What does fatherhood look like for you?
At this stage of my life,
yes.
I would say, of course, we are learning as fathers to be better and so on.
Yeah.
But I think at this stage, more and more so, especially now with AI technology and the pervasiveness of social media and all that, there are many dangers online.
Yeah.
And the difficult part, right, is that I think many parents don't. Okay, so we understand. Okay, there's dangers in terms of some social media trends, and like the drugs and all that lah. Yeah. But I think what is more sinister are the dangers that don't show themselves as danger. Okay, and this is all part of the notion of the end of times and all that, where the bad is made to appear good, and the good is made to appear bad.
Right.
Okay. Well, one example I would say, and I would say this openly, is the threat from LGBT advocates. So increasingly, people are seeing it as okay.
Correct.
People are seeing it as normal.
Yeah.
So again, they are attacking the wrong thing. Okay. So we are not. We should be focused. What are we attacking? We are attacking anti-discrimination. We are not attacking same-sex marriage. You see, that's the difference. But because they are fighting against discrimination, these LGBT advocates, they go a bit further to the other extreme where they try to make it seem like if you don't accept the LGBT lifestyle, you are bigoted, you are hardliner, you are offending all of us. So you see, this is what, and increasingly people are seeing it as actually nothing wrong, right? If two men want to love each other, how is it anybody's business? But it becomes people's business, especially fathers who have children exposed to these things. We don't want them to see these things as normal.
Yes.
Right? We want them to see that we are guided through principles of the nuclear family. We are, and of course, we're Muslims. We completely have to reject this lifestyle. But it doesn't mean we discriminate against them.
Correct.
That doesn't mean we call them bapu and pondan and all these things. We don't. That used to be the case. In the NS, you see somebody who's a bit soft, you tend to pick on them a bit more. Right? Of course, it's wrong, but that is the thing you should be advocating, and that is in line with Islam, because in Islam we are against discrimination.
Right.
We are against bullying. Yeah. So pick the correct fight and fight the enemy properly.
Yeah.
Right. Don't go the other extreme and force upon others your LGBT lifestyle.
Yeah.
So going back, if this becomes more normalized,
Yeah.
then I think in about 20 years from now, there will be people who say that there's nothing wrong, and that becomes a victim of the Dajjal, of the Antichrist,
Correct.
where bad things are seen as good and good things are seen as bad.
Yeah.
So that's to me the challenge as a father.
Yeah, I think you're right. The influence online nowadays, I think, bad thing seems like it's a good thing now. People trying to normalize this thing. So, I guess this is something, I think as dads, probably what we can do is how do we control this as dads, right? I mean, with kids, right?
So that's the solution. So I think in this day and age, it is ever more important for fathers to be close to their children.
Right.
Ever more important. Your child must be able to speak to you about anything, about whatever happens in school.
Yeah.
Must be able to share their emotions, their thoughts. And I think in that regard, I'm very lucky that I'm close to my children, especially my daughter.
Yeah.
And I think daughters are the ones that you really have to,
yes. Something that we talk about before. Yeah.
It's a challenge in this day and age. Because they see things online, like for example, even something that is seemingly innocent.
Yeah.
Like dressing up, like looking good on social media. Because if you get at the root of it, for many of these girls, it's about attention.
Correct.
They want to get attention.
Correct.
And other girls see this and they want to be like that girl. And if let's say they're not as pretty or they cannot dress as attractively as these people online, then it might have an effect on their mental state.
Correct.
Right? A lot of this stress comes about from social media. And we cannot just remove social media from their lives because it's just there.
Yeah.
Of course, we can try to delay it. But I think what's important is to get closer to them, especially build their sense of self-worth, self-esteem, so that they don't have to rely on validation, from external validation from unknown strangers online, you see.
Yeah.
So again, that's a danger. So I would go as far to say that if you find that your daughter is overly interested in looking good, posting herself online and all that is a clear red flag.
Right.
I'm not even bringing in the religious argument here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a fast argument. Of course, in religion, even more so. Like the concept of the tabarruj and all these things, we need to be mindful of such things as well.
Correct.
Yeah, so I think girls especially, young girls, they should realize their worth in other pursuits. They should realize that there is value in themselves, in things other than seeking attention from social media.
Correct. Wow. So I think dads with daughters, I think there's an added responsibility here. I think the danger is out there and anything can go wrong. And I think what you mentioned was spot on. I think at this day and age, I think dads have to be really close. They have to be there. They have to be there. I mean, not to the point where it's super clingy, of course, but to a certain extent where you know what's going on in their lives, you know what they are, not say what they are up to, but what's going through their in their heads, that kind of thing. So I think the emotional aspect, everything, I think is something that
the good thing about being fathers is that I think many of us are quite exposed to life as a young man. Right? We went through national service.
Correct.
We were young adults at one point in time. We kind of know what's out there.
Yeah. Yes.
Just that now, whatever that's out there has come to the palm of our kids.
Yes,
right?
correct.
So exposure wise, we kind of know what's out there, but how do you protect the children? That's another one.
Wow. Okay, so I guess if you look at what Kas is trying to say here, I think it's not just about being a dad, but it's looking beyond that. What we can do to ensure that things go smoothly for our kids' life, especially with the dangers on social media nowadays. Now, earlier I mentioned you had your first 3 kids in your first marriage and 2 young kids now.
Yeah, that's right.
Any difference?
Any difference
in terms of parenting? Because I would say the first 3, they are going to school, right? Primary school, right?
They're all in primary school.
So, and I'm okay. The number of years apart is about what?
They range from 0 to 11.
0 to 11. Okay,
No,
so
this is 11.
right. Any difference in parenting style from the time you had your first 3 and you have your last 2?
I would say the difference lies more in continuously learning to be a parent. And I think because previously, maybe about 10, 11 years ago, the accessible knowledge for proper parenting is not as accessible as it is now. Yeah. And I think maybe one difference is that previously we always saw parenting as, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we saw parenting as just they are experts in parenting. But I think maybe last time we didn't see the benefits of Islamic guidance in parenting.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. There's a lot of prophetic parenting techniques and all that. And now we're beginning to see that actually, I'm beginning to see that actually there is value in learning to develop resilience, things like versatility,
Yeah.
Adaptability. Also, of course, on top of the usual teaching them how to read and all that lah.
Yeah, lah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there are more things that I've learned, and I've also come to recognize the value of adversity in development, which I think can be quite different
Right.
to the Western way of doing things.
At development in terms of the kids
Yeah,
development?
in the kids development.
Right.
Because I think quite we can see they call this the Snowflake generation.
Or strawberry or snowflake? Strawberry.
There's both lah.
Okay, it's the same thing lah, more or less lah.
Yeah.
Okay, snowflake generation.
So I think that is something that parents should be able to deal with lah. Because
Right.
Previously you have a 100-meter race or sports day or whatever.
Yeah.
They give prizes to the top 3.
Yes.
Now they give prizes to everybody. Right? Why? Because we don't want the child to feel bad. But they don't realize that feeling bad can be a source of motivation for them to want to do better.
Yeah.
Like, why are you giving a prize to the guy who finished 25th? Right?
Yeah. I know where you're coming from, because in primary school when we had that sports day, and that sports day nowadays is no longer, it's called carnival day or something like that. So not really you go to the track and field kind of thing. So yeah, everyone gets the prizes.
Yeah. So there's a lot of value in just giving the top 3 prizes.
Right.
Whoever finished 4th,
Yeah.
you learn to deal with defeat. Right. You learn to be happy for those who win.
Yeah.
And you learn how to improve yourself. So
Correct.
Next time you can win.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one thing that I realize we have to be careful about nowadays. Because there is value in competition.
Yeah.
Of course, some mental health advocates will say that, competition is not good, you put too much stress. But once again, the problem is how to deal with the stress.
Correct.
You don't remove the competition.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, you must also reward those who perform.
Right.
Right? And competition is also a means to bring out the best in you.
Correct.
Like,
Yes.
do you follow football?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Like Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Competing for years.
Yeah.
10 years. And they even admitted, he pushed me and I pushed him.
Correct.
So you push each other.
So it's a motivation.
And that brings out the absolute best in both of them.
Correct.
Yeah, so when you remove aspects of competition, you make it seem like, okay, everybody's a winner.
Yeah.
Nobody loses.
Yeah.
Where is the learning value?
Wow.
So I think as a father, you got to, of course not deliberately,
Yeah.
but you got to teach kids how to handle adversity. You
Mm-mm.
got to teach kids that in life, we don't always win.
Correct.
Right? We there are times when we will lose, there are times when we will win. And how do you handle victory?
Correct.
You have to be humble.
Yeah.
How do you handle defeat?
Yes.
You have to be magnanimous and
Correct.
say that, okay, I lost to the better person, and I'm going to do better next time. So that's how you build children, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it comes down to us lah, I guess, to teach our kids that there will be days where you will lose.
Yeah,
And
correct.
you have to go through this.
Yeah.
You know, choice. It's like you lose and then, okay, I'm going to get you a prize. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
you
that
see.
makes sense.
Yeah. So I think there's something to learn here.
And it's not good for their expectation also. Like that, they will lose and they will expect.
Yeah, correct.
To be rewarded.
Yeah. So there's a counter effect there. So now you were talking about people doing research on this kind of thing. So I'm curious now. When they tend to do, I call this a bit of over research lah, because why? Maybe our time when we were in primary school, nowadays we are talking about autism, all these things. Yeah, I'm sure there are, but back then there wasn't really much emphasis on this.
Yeah.
Am I right to say?
Yeah.
So
We barely heard of anyone.
yeah, exactly. But everyone just get on with the plan, right?
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where it's like, because of this research, we found out about this. So can I say that these kids are given a bit more face?
Okay. So you're talking about diagnosis.
Diagnosis, yeah.
Of kids with ADHD,
Yeah.
kids with autism. How
Mhm.
come 30, 40 years ago,
Yeah,
we barely heard of this?
correct.
I mean, I guess the answer is because of advances in detection.
Okay.
The importance of early detection of such things. Previously, maybe 40 years ago, this kind of thing was not so easily detected.
Yes.
Yeah, but there are also some interesting articles that I've come across where sometimes kids, for example, ADHD,
Yeah.
cannot sit still, right?
Yes.
But sometimes that is also a characteristic of, like, for example, being a boy.
Mm.
You got to get up, you got to run around.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a need for the physical activity.
Correct.
They can't sit still.
Yeah.
Does that mean they have ADHD? Not so sure, right? So I came across this article
Yeah.
and I thought it was quite interesting. We might be labeling wrongly,
Okay.
and this could be their natural predisposition
Right.
to want to run around, to not be able to sit still.
Mm-mm.
And would that be classed as a bad thing? So we're not so sure.
Right.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like what you said, this never used to be a problem.
Yeah.
30, 40 years ago.
Exactly.
And even the kids who used to run around and, they call
There
it
were kids running around anyway, right? You know what I mean?
nakal and all that.
Yeah.
Many of them turned out fine.
Correct.
So, what is the purpose of the diagnosis in that
Correct.
sense? Yeah, but of course, there are those who suffer from such situations,
Yeah.
and of course, we hope they can get all the help they need.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we develop, I guess for our generation, we develop that kind of resilience. Not being labeled. You mentioned kids running around. So now, is it possible? I'm just touching a little bit more on this. Could diet be a factor in terms of the food, drinks that they consume?
Yeah, I think it is.
There we go.
I'm not just saying it could be a factor. I'm quite sure it is. I think the amount of processed food that kids consume nowadays
Yeah.
is on another level compared to what we used to consume.
Yeah.
Of course, there have to be studies based on this. There has to be proper experimental control group studies done on this. But I think this is where we learn from Islam, right? We consume halal and tayyiban.
Correct.
Right? Food that is good and halal, permissible.
Yeah.
So it's not just permissible; it has to be good. It has to be good for you. And so we question processed food. Surely, if the Quran gives us this instruction,
Yeah.
consume good food, and you don't, would you be surprised there's a negative effect? Right?
True. That's true. That's true. Yeah. So I guess again we have to practice due diligence when it comes to consuming food lah. But of course, I'm talking about food, right? You mentioned processed food. How about junk food? The amount of junk. I remember going to McDonald's. It's like not every time, but more like a luxury.
When you were
Is it a luxury? We call it a luxury, like once a month. Hey, can you eat McDonald's? But nowadays, it's a norm to just go McDonald's like every week. No, I'm not saying people go every week, but it's like a norm. Like, hey, nothing to eat. Okay, let's go McDonald's. So it's like a weekly thing.
before the boycott thing.
Yeah, okay lah. Before the boycott thing lah. But actually, I still eat McDonald's lah. Sorry. No, I just feel like eating lah. Anyway, sorry bro. Yeah. Might go against your...
Okay. I mean, yeah lah. When we were kids, like Pizza Hut, McDonald's, it was a once in a blue moon thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, so we don't consume that often.
Yeah.
Right? And like I said, now kids nowadays, it has become a norm for them to just have this as and when, so I guess that could also be a factor in terms of the way, the food that they consume over the years.
Yeah, it could possibly be a factor.
Right.
But I think the main source of guidance for this is the Quran.
Yeah, correct.
When,
Fall back on
Allah
that.
subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us to eat healthy,
Yeah.
to eat good food. We should follow that. And we should also want that for our kids.
Correct.
Yeah. As far as possible.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's otherwise then we shouldn't be surprised if there are negative effects.
Yeah.
Like if there's effects on their even spiritual development, things like the temper and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are sciences associated with such things.
Right.
But I believe many of this has not been discovered. Yeah. So there is a lot of guidance from Islam that we haven't confirmed, so-called confirmed lah. Using the modern yeah, we have not really verified or validated. But we believe that they are true as Muslims. We believe that whatever we are taught is true.
Yeah.
We have seen the truth of it.
Yeah.
And we have to just follow it.
Right.
And if you don't be surprised of the negative consequences.
Okay, all right. I want to talk about, and this is something I always ask my guests relationship with your dad.
Oh, my father.
Your father, yes, bro. How was it? If you can reflect back on the times you spent with him, anything you can share? How was your relationship? With your dad?
I think my father is an amazing man.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Maybe you can elaborate that.
He is quite a character.
Nice.
One thing I would say about him is that, when we were growing up, because he was the only one working.
Yeah.
My mother stayed at home.
Stay at home.
After us.
Yeah.
So of course, a lot of his time was spent at work.
Yeah.
But he did make time for us. He brought us swimming and taught us to play sports and all that. So father, and he has 7 children some more. So he has to also divide his attention fully. But I never appreciated my father as a kid teenager. We never really appreciate our father until now. We realize my father is one fighter.
Wow.
My father is one fighter. He is and I think it's remarkable the way he throughout his life the way he fights injustice.
Right.
Okay, so this man, my father, he's got a very strong sense of justice.
Okay.
So if anyone or any organization or anybody does something that he perceives as being unjust,
right,
he will fight.
Wow. Okay, I just want to interject a bit here. So, what does your dad do for a living?
Oh, my father now is he teaches economics to JC students. In fact, he's been doing it for 40 years.
Right.
Yeah. So previously he was working with a religious organization.
Okay, wait, he's still teaching?
Yeah, he's still teaching.
Okay, so he's considered a teacher lah.
He's considered a tuition teacher.
I see. So he was teaching in school previously?
Yes, he was teaching in a secondary school.
Right.
But that was in the 80s probably.
I see. Okay, so your dad is still teaching. So how old is he?
My father is
I'm guessing 60 plus.
68.
Yeah. Okay.
So
alright, still teaching?
He's still teaching. Yeah, but I think maybe not as much as before.
Okay. Yeah.
But the things that I really learned from him is not so much of the teaching.
Yeah.
It's
his character. What?
I never studied economics in school. But it's more of his character. When he sees that innocent people are being picked on.
Yeah.
When he sees that there are people whose rights have been deprived, he will fight. He will really open lawsuit and all that.
Well, because when you brought up about this, right, I thought your dad was a lawyer.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But his idea is this is not right.
Yeah,
I will fight you. You know that kind of thing, you know. Wow.
So he's got that mindset.
Right.
I mean, some people say why so quarrelsome and all that. But sometimes you cannot deny a person who has a strong sense of justice.
Right.
In their pursuit of justice. Right. Because you can turn the other cheek and be all compassionate. That's one option. But if other people have this strong sense of justice, you got to recognize that. You got to see that. And if it is, especially if it is channeled the correct way.
Yeah.
Because some people you just cannot stand to see injustice. Like for example, Umar al-Khattab, Rasulullah's Sahaba.
Yes.
So before he came to Islam, the reason why he was opposed to Islam was because he had a very deep sense of justice. He was seeing that this is unfair. How come the lower caste people are all becoming so highly esteemed?
Yeah.
And society is being upset and all that. So he saw that as a threat.
Right.
But once he understood a bit of Islam, then he realized that this is actually me.
Yeah.
So his deep sense of justice arguably brought him to Islam. And so you cannot deny people of having a deep sense of justice.
Yeah.
So even in Islam also we are taught that you got to be just even if it's against yourself.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So even if you don't agree with something, even if it's to your detriment or your family's detriment, but it is a fair thing to do, then you got to strive for that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's what
amazing guy. Sounds like an amazing guy, your dad. Wow. I think sometimes you got to stand up for the little guy lah.
Yeah.
In a way lah, right?
So I see him and sometimes I say, wow, this guy is really battle hardened kind of.
And when you realize this, like, of course, when you were young growing up, you probably don't see this about your dad.
We don't see
when do you come to realize that, my dad like that?
I think probably about 10-15 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago.
So considered adult already lah.
Yeah, adult already. I think
lah.
as kids you cannot see this.
Yeah, correct.
As kids it's quite difficult to think of such things.
Yeah.
So yeah lah.
Amazing. Sounds like I want to meet this guy. Okay, alright.
I've heard stories like even before I was born.
Yeah.
He was something to do with the tudung. There was a tudung issue where I think he wrote to the ministry and all that about this lah. So even back then also there was already the advocacy.
Right.
There's already the desire to want to make things better. In that sense.
Where tudung as in like Muslim ladies wear tudung in school.
Yeah.
Because years later there was that issue again.
Yeah. I mean this issue is always there.
Yeah.
Which to me is very strange because you want to promote religious harmony. Then the thing to promote is acceptance, not sweeping things under the carpet.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So I guess we are maybe somewhere to that. Yeah. So
again, something to be discussed Next time.
So I'm giving you a list of topics that you might want to talk about.
Yeah.
Other people.
Okay, now we spoke about your dad.
Yeah.
And recently you lost your mom
Yeah. Last month.
last month, right? And how was it for you?
Mm.
Because and the funny thing was, right, we met during that GE period before the general election,
correct,
right?
Yeah. And she
I
was
think,
okay.
yeah, she was okay. So I remember you mentioned to me, okay, my mom went to the market or something. I think there was like,
because she would use my car to
yeah.
go to the market.
So and then when I heard about this, I was also shocked lah.
Yeah.
So my question is, how were you able to overcome this? So I'm not sure whether you have overcome. Maybe you can share with us your feelings on this, because my mom is still around. So maybe this is a learning point for me to brace myself. You know how you overcome this, and has it affected your relationship with your kids?
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the loss of a parent, especially a parent who is so dear to you,
Yeah.
is something that no human being can get over. Yeah. And I think, but it's something that everybody has to go through. Yeah. And of course, it was very sad because we, even 1 month before her death, we didn't expect this.
Yeah.
So when it happened, even until now, feeling very sad. But I think sometimes a change in perspective, not a change in perspective, a consolidation of perspective is important. Like for example, we should start seeing death as a temporary separation. Yeah. So the moment you tell yourself that it's going to be soon I get to see her again, inshallah, right? And then you realize that you want to be better. Right? You want to be better. You want to start doing things that would inshallah one day reunite you all.
Yeah.
And that's what we believe lah as Muslims. Like death is a temporary separation.
Yeah.
And I also reflected on my mom's passing over the past 6 months. Because in December we went for Umrah together. We didn't know it was going to be our last Umrah together. And then during Ramadan she could fast the whole month. And everything seems fine. So, but when you reflect on it, you realize that, I don't know, maybe towards the end she kind of knew that she was ready to leave the difficulties of this world. I think maybe she saw it that way. She saw it that because life is tough.
Yeah.
Life is toil.
Yes.
Life is difficult, and death can be a break from all this. Can be a break that lasts forever.
We look at it from a positive point of view.
So we can look at it that way. We can look at all she has done in life.
Yeah.
So of course all of us are affected lah. We are grieving. We sometimes have this feeling of it could have been different.
Yeah.
But then we also remember lah that whatever has happened is Allah's decree. Right? This is how Allah planned it. There could have been no other way that this could have panned out.
Yeah.
In fact, the same thing you can apply to a lot of aspects of life.
Correct.
This is how Allah wanted it.
Correct.
There is no other way anything could have happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Sometimes you got to look at it that way, where okay, this has been planned, it has been written.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Yeah. I mean, thanks for sharing, bro.
As for the children, as for the kids, my elder 3 children, especially, they are very close to my mother.
Right.
They would actually confide in her and talk to her about things and all that. And especially my eldest. My eldest is extremely close to her. So
your first lah. That's your first. What was your boy the first grandchild in the family?
No, he's the third grandchild.
The third one. Okay, just curious.
Third out of maybe I think 17.
Inshallah.
More than 18 now.
Wow. Okay.
So he was very much affected.
I see.
So I had to talk to him, explain the situation. Of course, but the good thing about my eldest son is that he is very, I would say he's one of the more religious 11-year-olds I've seen. Alhamdulillah.
That's good.
I can't say the same for some of the other kids I've interacted with. But he would have this, it's not difficult to talk to him about akhirat, about, meeting together, being reunited after death and all that. So he's been, of course, sad, devastated. But okay lah, coping lah, inshallah.
Inshallah. Yes. Okay. Let's move on to something a little bit more spicy.
Okay.
Spicy. Okay.
Spicy is good.
Spicy is good, huh? Okay. All right. So I want to talk about you went through a divorce,
Yes.
right? And now there's some form of co-parenting because your first three children was from your first marriage. Maybe you can just talk through with us, how is it the relationship now between you and your ex-wife? Because now you have three kids, right? So if you are okay to share, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Okay, but I have to say a few things lah. First of all,
Yes.
you brought up the topic of co-parenting.
Co-parenting, yeah. I mean,
So when you say co-something,
yes,
there is a sense of doing it together lah, kan?
Yes.
That's what co means, right?
co means in my dictionary it's like there's a cooperation lah.
Yalah, cooperate.
Cooperation lah. Yeah, between two people lah in this situation, right? Okay.
Yeah. But I think I would say it's slightly different because I
Okay.
think when values align,
Yeah.
then cooperation becomes easy.
Mm-hmm.
When people prioritize the well-being of the children,
Yeah.
cooperation becomes easy.
Okay.
That's when co-parenting can thrive.
Right.
But in other situations, I wouldn't call it co-parenting. Rather, I would call it parallel parenting.
Parallel parenting. Wow.
So there's this
Wow. Okay. Okay, bro.
parallel
Please
parenting.
elaborate on
In fact,
this.
I mean, you can look it up. There
Yeah.
are quite a number of
Right.
articles on this.
Okay.
In fact, I think in many situations, especially, the reason why people divorce is because they can't get along
Yeah.
or too many complaints or whatever.
Correct.
Despite your best efforts,
Correct.
people cannot get along.
And it could
So-
be short years together or even
Yeah.
long years, right?
Yeah.
but
So the
ultimately-
idea is that if you couldn't get along when you were married,
Yeah.
what makes you think you can get along after marriage, right?
Right.
It's quite it's not easy,
Yeah.
right? Especially if people have their own views on
Right.
things and so on. So I would say there's the emergence of this thing called parallel parenting, where
Yeah.
if the child is with parent A,
Yeah.
then the child parent A becomes the parent.
Okay.
If the child is with parent B, then parent B becomes the parent.
Okay.
So in a sense, there's no cooperation.
Okay.
It's like you do your own thing, and the other party does their own thing.
I see.
Right. So and the benefits can be quite great lah on the child,
Right.
because they learn something like adaptability. They learn versatility. They learn okay, dad is like this, mom is like this.
Right.
So it's not creating two different kind of personalities in the child lah, but it's like more of teaching them how to respond properly.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think inevitably there will be differences in parenting.
Okay.
Not least because men and women are different, right? On one hand, women are known to be more compassionate. Women are known to be more caring.
Yeah.
Whereas men are a bit not so much like that.
Yeah.
But does that mean that being compassionate is always a good thing? Is 100% a good thing?
Yes.
Is there a limit to how compassionate you can be?
Mm-mm.
Because if you're compassionate, you don't want your child to fall. Your child will never learn to ride a bicycle.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
So there has to be a balance.
Yeah.
So this is why I always advocate, it is very important for children to have both parents in their lives,
Right.
even if their parents are divorced.
Yeah.
So and I really hope the Sharia court realizes this. I mean, I don't know if they do, but I think hopefully they can recognize the importance of having two parents in the child's life. Maybe not so much for my case, but I've seen so many cases where like the father only gets the weekend.
Right.
Where sometimes once every 2 weeks the father gets to see. So it's just like 4 days a month.
Right.
And I wonder what goes through the mind of the judges when you give such an order.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, the kids are the one that will be disadvantaged lah in that sense.
Yeah. So I mean, in the case for me, it's about half lah. So it's not that much of an issue. But so many of these men, they want to be fathers. They are responsible parents. Some of them are even educated parents who have a lot to teach their child.
Yeah.
But they only get like 4 days a month. Right? Or maybe once a week, every weekend.
Is there a reason for that when the judge actually say okay?
So I think what's important is what I feel is important is that some academics should do a study. You should study and look at the kind of custody orders given by the Sharia court.
Yeah.
and the custody orders given by the family court.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think both courts are applying the same statutory law. So if you look in AMLA or if you look in a women's charter,
Yeah.
it is the same lah. Basically, whatever order you make should prioritize the well-being of the child,
Right.
the best interest,
Yeah.
the welfare of the child.
Correct.
But because it is so broadly written,
Mm-hmm.
there could be different interpretations. Some might interpret as saying, okay, well-being of the child is often better off with the mother.
Yeah.
So give the mother more time. Some would interpret it differently, you see. So to me, a study should be done. Look at all the cases handled by the family court.
Yeah.
Look at all the cases handled by the Sharia court.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see a difference in the trends of the orders? Because if you're applying the same law, then there shouldn't be much.
Correct.
There shouldn't be a significant difference.
Yeah.
So I think it's important lah. Of course, this is not to say anything bad about the courts,
Yeah, of
because
course.
they have their own perspective of
Yeah.
things and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it would be interesting as to what such a study could uncover.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, being in this situation
Yes.
myself as a divorced man,
Yeah.
many men have come to me actually,
Ask you like what they come
asking
you
for advice,
ask for advice lah.
asking for they're sharing their stories,
Yeah.
what they can do,
Right.
and so on. And I wonder, sometimes you look at the circumstances, you wonder, how did they get themselves into this kind of situation where good man, responsible man,
Yeah.
but wants to educate the kids,
Yeah.
but doesn't have time.
Mm.
Yeah, and worse, there are some who are alienated.
Yeah.
Alienated.
Correct. We mentioned about this parental alienation, right?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this? I mean, so it comes down to, that's why just now I was asking in the Sharia account when they come out with that idea, or okay, the dad will get to see the child like 2 days a week instead of make it
Half-half,
balance, half lah.
But I can get the thinking, because maybe they don't want to give half-half because they see that it's not stable for the child to be living in two households.
Okay.
But I think if you compare 40 years ago and now,
Yeah.
40 years ago, communication is a problem. You don't have phones.
Correct.
You don't have Grab Express. If
Correct.
he left his shoes at your house, and
Yeah.
you can't just Grab Express over, right? You don't have vehicles
Yes.
and all that.
Yeah.
We have vehicles, but maybe not as easy as now.
Yeah.
So there is something to be said nowadays about children being able to live effectively in two different households.
Yeah.
My kids have been living in two different households.
Yeah.
How the week they're with me, how the week they're not.
Nice.
So, and they are thriving in school.
Okay.
So I think, so we back to your question about alienation.
Yeah, alienation.
Okay, so the cases that I've heard,
Yeah.
very sad some of them. Some of these fathers, they go and pick up the child.
Mm-hmm.
Bad as it is, they can only meet the child once a week. And then sometimes they show up and then they wait, and then the child doesn't turn up.
Where they're supposed to meet the child on
Yeah.
that day itself lah.
Yeah, and then worse, the police are called against them. And they will explain to the police that I'm
Right.
here to see my child.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's a complaint. You are loitering here or whatever lah.
Yeah.
So, my heart goes out to all these fathers who have to suffer such things.
Yeah.
In fact, I think there are more and more now. There are quite a number of parental WhatsApp groups, fathers
see.
for fathers,
Right.
who face this. There's one guy who actually created an IG account to document such things.
Yeah. I think you mentioned
this is-
Halim, is it?
Halim W79, I
Yeah.
think, on Instagram.
So-
So he talks about his son, how today Papa went over, Papa had to wait in the hot sun.
Yeah. Yeah.
The policeman came and chased Papa away. So
Yeah. So what's the problem here? Is
there's
it
so
is
much
it
to talk
communication here with the ex-wife, or is there that sense of anger on someone's part here? You know what I mean? Not like at the end of the day, I think you must think about the kids lah, isn't it?
of course,
At the end of the day, it's the kids
So
that
that's the
you
thing.
have to
You see,
educate, you have to bring up.
you can see it. Many people can see it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is the kids' well-being. So what I would like to see happen, I think it's important for the courts who are making such orders
Yeah.
to also look at the character of the individual.
Right.
Because if there is any detection or any indication that the one parent, whether mother or father,
Yeah.
does not act in ways where it's conducive to the best interest of the child, they should be quick to point that out, or they should be able to point that out.
Yeah.
Like for example, repeated parental alienation, surely people must be able to see that. Let's say the mother keeps the child, there's the one that the father meet, which is quite common nowadays.
Correct.
You should be able to see that, why is this person doing this? Why are we rewarding with care and control somebody who is not capable of making decisions in the best interest of the child? Right? Because, when you give somebody care and control, you're giving them authority, you're giving them decision-making powers. And if they are incapable of making good decisions, then that's not the right thing to do, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and especially nowadays, there are many who act out of spite,
Yeah.
out of anger.
The anger, I mean,
They're just not over the fact that they are divorced. Some of them, right?
Right.
Some of them they are, and worse, if let's say for example, there's a woman who is divorced, and so let's say co-parenting happens well for 1-2 years, and then suddenly the husband remarries,
right.
and then the children take a liking to the other woman,
Right.
They
This is one possible situation.
yeah, it's a possible situation, and it actually happens quite a bit. Yeah, and then
But it
suddenly
has happened.
So the man would tell me that, suddenly she changed. Suddenly, previously it was okay, but now after aku kahwin lagi, terus rabak terus macam trying to poison the children.
Right.
So you got to think, are you properly being a parent?
Yeah.
And again, we're not even going into the religious aspect of it.
Correct.
Where you got to recognize in Islam what is being said about the responsibility of each parent.
Yeah.
To take care of the child, to educate the child. We're not even going there. We're just talking about being a civil human being who can put your emotions aside, who can act in the interest of the child.
Correct.
So and many some men and their new wives they've gotten in touch with me, and they've asked how to navigate this.
Well, you're like the go-to person.
No lah,
I mean, you are experiencing this in terms of
because
parallel parenting, So yours is parallel parenting or co-parenting? Because we draw the line, right?
I would say parallel lah.
Parallel,
It's more parallel. Like usually during my time I do my own thing.
Right.
And during her time she will do her own thing.
Right.
Yeah. So in that sense, it's quite manageable lah, quite workable.
Okay,
and I think the children are doing fine in school.
That's good lah.
Yeah, if it's not fine, I will contact you to teach.
Yes, no problem.
So this is the kind of things that many, especially men, they face this type of issues.
Yeah.
Actually, you should interview some of these men, some of these divorced men who really struggle quite a bit.
Right. I think it's good. Maybe we can get in touch with some of these dads.
Yeah.
Single dads lah. I would call them.
Honestly, you should contact this guy. This Halim 70.
Yeah, I think if you're listening, thanks for sharing, because you mentioned about this, and I think on his Instagram he mentioned
and that's the thing, some fathers are going to Instagram, so if nothing is being done to actually address such things, I wonder will there be more and more posts like this, and if the public sees more and more posts like this, then the public will start to question the credibility of the court system, and we don't want that, right?
Yes,
we want people to have confidence and trust in the court system.
Correct.
So I think it's important that things are being done properly.
He puts here anti-alienation advocate.
Yeah, I think he's experienced alienation before.
Yeah.
Imagine you are there to meet your child, and then suddenly for some reason you are being deprived of this.
Yeah, I do think this is something that should be happening. So, I mean, the court doesn't look into the character of these some of these individual dads,
This one I don't know.
Yeah.
But all I know is that there are a lot of challenges faced by these men. A lot of challenges. And of course, there's a different perspective. You can see it as the more challenges you have, the more sins are forgiven. Right?
Yeah lah, true lah. Wow. Okay, I think there's a lot of learning points here, guys. So, I think today we learned a lot of things, bro.
Okay, inshallah.
But we haven't finishing up. We are finishing up soon. Okay. I'm just curious lah. Okay, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about your life right now. What does a good day look like in your world right now?
What does a good day look like?
A good day looks like for you. What is a good day for you?
A good day for me is the day I get to play football. Okay, no lah. No, for me, a good day is I'm quite a homely person.
Right.
I like to stay at home.
Right.
I like to study.
I see. You study very subjective, eh? Study what?
Yeah.
What do you study?
I like to read a lot. I like to study.
I see.
At the moment, I'm reading some of Al-Ghazali's works.
I see.
Yeah. So, and a lot of things you can learn online.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I like to do that. Usually when the kids are at school, the morning time is when I do my learning, when I do my some work here and there.
Okay.
There's another business that I'm running lah, but
I see.
so I'm doing some work there also.
Another
And then
business.
when the kids come back, then it's time with the kids.
Then yeah, it's busy time with the kids. We have family time.
It's mainly revision, football also.
Right.
Yeah, so of course I think that's what I went through when I grew up. When I was growing up. So come back from school, homework, and evening time 5 to 7 is usually playing time.
Yeah lah.
Football time.
Yeah. Same thing for me as well.
Yeah. So I think that's important.
Yeah.
And I think so the kids have their own task list.
Is it?
So
like is it like really written kind down?
Yeah. I think
really?
it's like today is 1 hour of maths, 1 hour of Malay, for example.
Right.
So if they manage to fulfill it, then I'll give them a tick. And in a sense, they compete against each other.
Yeah.
So
is it?
Yesterday the youngest will get 5 ticks.
I see.
Because he managed to finish his 15 minutes of ngaji.
Wow.
He managed to finish his.
Wow.
So yeah lah, you give them a target lah, right?
Yeah lah.
That's part of motivation.
Correct.
So
they feel a bit accomplished in the sense that I accomplished this.
So they have got 5 things to do, and then they'll take off the list.
So any reward system involved here?
So I try to not have too much of an extrinsic motivating factor lah.
Okay.
So of course, once in a while, you can reward him with something that he wants or something that she wants or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think, to me, what is quite motivational is the experience of victory.
Yes.
So it's like okay, I managed to accomplish this.
Yeah. That itself is a victory.
Yeah, that itself is a. That would be classed under intrinsic motivation.
Yes,
So
definitely.
It's like I did it, So it's a to me, we try to develop more of that.
Right.
Yeah, and I find that a lot of the students who succeed in school also,
Mm-hmm.
it's not because their parents have a big reward waiting for them for doing well in the exam. It's not because of that.
Yeah.
It's because they want to do well.
Correct.
Right?
It's the internal motivation, you see, want
It's
to
like-
do well.
It's like there's some fire inside somewhere.
Yeah.
Where you just have to spark it and they want to do their
Correct.
best.
Yeah. But I think not many of them have that. No?
Nowadays, maybe not. I don't know. But
Not many. I don't think. I mean,
maybe because they remove competition and rankings and all that. Because
Yeah,
when I
perhaps,
was growing up, even very early on, even in primary school, there was a desire to want to be the best.
yeah.
Because not because of any reward at home. Honestly, my parents didn't really reward us much with things.
Yeah.
So it's just you want to do well because you want to do well.
Yeah. Exactly.
You want to get 100 per 100.
Yeah.
It's just the nature.
Correct. The drive is there to just want to succeed and achieve something.
Yeah.
I want to be the best in this subject. Example, I do my best, that
Yeah,
kind
and believe it or not, that is again very much in line with Islam.
Yeah.
Because in Islam, we are taught whatever you do your best.
Yes.
Like, do your best in anything that you do. Be the best.
Correct.
But that doesn't mean you put down other people.
Yeah.
You
Correct.
help them, You help them as
Yeah
well, but
lah,
you still strive
exactly.
to be the best.
Correct.
So this is something which I think is important to teach kids.
Correct.
Don't just do it because of some reward.
Yeah.
Of course, some kids might need a reward. Just like some of us need to be reminded of Jannah and Jahannam as rewards and punishments.
Yes. Correct.
But we should not overlook the importance of the intrinsic motivating factors that can exist within us.
Yeah, and what you mentioned, I think there's something that you need to, the spark. How do you get that spark inside of them? Because maybe some of them have it, but it hasn't gone off yet.
Yeah. Correct.
So, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
So,
Right now, just maybe one question lah, bro.
yeah, sure.
When your kids look back at their childhood, what do you hope that they remember you as a father?
What do I hope they remember me as a father?
As a dad, what do you think you want them to remember you as?
Okay, I don't want them to remember me as anything in particular, but I would rather they remember the lessons I've taught them. Yeah, I would rather they remember what it means to be a good human being. Not because I am a good human being or I'm not. It's just they should know what is an example of a good human being. Rasulullah SAW. They should know the things that I taught them. Because I think what's important is not so much the legacy that you leave behind. Honestly, I think this might be a controversial view, but I think this concept of leaving behind a legacy is a Western concept.
Right.
Because in Islam, we're not concerned with what we leave behind as a legacy.
Yeah.
We're concerned with what we send ahead into the akhirah. Right?
Wow.
So when you do your best, when you teach your children well,
Yeah.
when you raise them up as good human beings, when you share knowledge with them properly, then once you have done your part, however they take it is not in your hands anymore.
So you have done your job, like, in that sense, right?
And the reason why we do our job is because we are sending things forward into the akhirah lah. Things that we're going to be accounted for. Yeah. So however they turn up, as long as you've done your best, you know that the outcome is not in your hands.
Yeah lah, true lah.
Right. So hopefully they will apply a few of the good things that I teach them.
Of course, which is what we want, inshallah.
Ultimately, Allah decides how they live their life. So I wouldn't be concerned if a legacy that I leave behind. I think that's how we should. Of course, if you're not a Muslim and you got no concept of the akhirat, then okay lah. The legacy is all you have. Is
correct.
Yeah. But that's not how we believe. That's not how we should think.
Understand. Wow. Okay, guys, something to learn here. I think we covered a lot of areas, from education, from parallel parenting, and so you can see this is our brother here is the person to go to someone who has despite the challenges of going through the divorce in the first marriage and having 3 kids, and now with 2 more, and inshallah many more to come.
Inshallah.
And despite these challenges, and I guess nothing is impossible. Parallel parenting, I think, is something that that has to be looked into, I guess.
I think it should be looked into.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of good that can come out of it.
Correct.
Out of it.
Yes.
Because I've read. Yeah, when I was doing my own case, sorry, I have to add a bit more.
Hey, no worries, carry on. No problem.
Because during my divorce case, right, I was writing the affidavits all by myself. And I represented myself in the hearings as well. In many of the hearings. There were a couple of them where engaged lawyers because I didn't have much time.
Right.
But I would read through the previous cases.
Yeah.
I would study them. And there's not a single mention, as far as I remember, not a single mention of parallel parenting.
Right.
They have shared care and control. There's this concept. But I'm not sure if it's very. I didn't see much of it in the Sharia Court documents. Maybe there are, but nowadays even more so. But back then I didn't see that many. Yeah, and I hope there can be some improvements to
yes. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Then thank you for the added on information there. Yeah. So again, despite the challenges, having 5 kids, 2 different seasons, I would say, 3 from the first one, now 2, and I think nothing is impossible. Yeah, nothing is impossible.
2 so far, is it?
Nothing is impossible, as long as, like what you say, I think for us is to fall back on the religious aspect.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that is the one that sort of
that will guide us.
Yeah, that will guide us. The guidance is there. Yeah. And
so we must use the guidance, right?
Yeah, correct. Always fall back on that, I guess.
Every day we say, Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. That means guide us.
Yes.
And then when the guidance comes, you don't want to listen.
Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah, you're right. And we just recite it without thinking about,
Yeah.
what it actually means. So, bro, thank you so much for joining us
Welcome,
today. I think we have a lot. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and to all dads out there, if you're not sure what you're doing, that's okay. I'll see you soon, guys.